Good morning and welcome to the Great Kinsale Pottery Lockdown Challenge, the first challenge. When you get your box, here we are, you will find various things in it. You will find some coloured paints, which I'm going to tell you a bit more about in the next video, so take those out and don't worry about them. You're going to find two wooden guides, 1/2 centimetre thick, a cloth, and a little wooden sculpting tool, which again you don't need in this first stage, and then a large piece of clay. This is 2 kilograms. And what you will need, in addition to the tools that I can provide you, is a rolling pin, a sharp knife. Now this is a potter's knife, but you can use a little kitchen knife. A ruler, if you have it, that's 1 foot long, 12 inches. And if you have a set square, that's great. If you don't have a set square, just find yourself a piece of wood with a nice sharp corner, or a box lid or something like that. Okay, so you're going to take your 2 kilograms of clay and you're going to remove about 1/4 of it, maybe a little bit less. There we go. And that weighs just over 1.5. So now we're going to make the slab for your project. Didn't tell you what the project is. The project is to make a set of tiles as a picture, and the tiles will go on the wall indoors or outdoors. So first of all, I'm just going to show you how to make the tile piece first. So you want to start with a square. Put it onto the cloth. Make sure the cloth has no wrinkles. They will turn into cracks in the kiln if you have wrinkles underneath your tiles. Use the base of your hand to flatten the piece of clay, keeping it as square as you can, like that. Peel it up, turn it over, take your roller, roll it from the middle to the edge, from the middle to the edge. Now don't try and do it all in one go. Do a little bit, turn it over, make sure there's no wrinkles underneath, roll it again, towards you again. And when you have it a little bit thinner, you're going to start using these guides. Take up the piece of clay, turn it over, put it down again, and roll some more. And the idea is to get it to the same thickness as the guide. So once you think you're nearly there, now when you want to pick it up and it's a little bit thinner, you can put your arm on top of it and it doesn't tear. Turn it onto your arm, put it back on the smooth cloth, and we'll go this way, and then we go this way, and you can see that we've got a slab which is bigger than a square foot, and that's what you want. Keep rolling until you can't roll any further, and then you know it is the right thickness. Now we're going to cut a square. Take your ruler, find a straight edge, and cut against the ruler like that. Take off the piece. It doesn't have to be exact, so don't worry, I'm just going to mark that one. And cut the other direction that's a little bit short. If you have that problem, don't despair, don't start again, cheat. So you can take off a little piece here, which we don't need, and we're going to put that back on here. Okay, so we're going to put that on, overlap it, and smooth it on, like that, and just roll it again. Okay, now, when we get to the, don't worry if it's not exactly a foot. When we get to the corners, should use the set square, get a nice right angle. I'm doing this very fast, but you get the idea. And there we go. So once you have your square, I want you to put it on a piece of wood. If you haven't got a piece of wood, you can put it straight onto the table. So, piece of wood, put the piece of wood over the clay, put the cloth over the wood, hold to both of them, and flip it over. And that means that it will stay where it's put, and we're going to leave that now for a few hours or even overnight to dry out a little bit. Now if you're in a nice warm environment, maybe put a bit of plastic over it, but it actually doesn't need that. In damp weather it'll take a few hours to dry. We want it to be just a little bit bendy still when we're ready to the next stage. Okay,